Something I learned recently, in just north of the Alps in the Rhine in southern Germany, there's a cave. People have been living in that cave for over 40,000 years. And when our archaeologists dig down into the dirt of that cave and they age it from 42,000 years ago, they found bones and little tools and arrowheads and a musical instrument. 42,000-year-old musical instrument. And it's the leg bone of a bird, so because it's hollow, so it's light. But those early versions of us, they drilled holes in that leg bone, and when you blow on the end of it, you can make different notes. And in fact, it's a pentatonic scale, the same one that's on that guitar, which is really amazing. That's innate to us. And I was thinking, if I could grab this guitar, well, this is a cool guitar, by the way. It's exactly the same as the one that's up on the space station right now. It's a Larrivée, made in Vancouver by John Larrivée and his family. And the song I did, Space Oddity, I recorded it on the sister of this guitar that's up there right now. But if I could take this and go into that cave in Germany 42,000 years ago and walk in, we would have absolutely no culture in common. We'd have 42,000 years of unshared history, no language. But if I just started playing, we could communicate, and we could make each other laugh and make each other cry. Music, to me, is an innate human necessity, like all art, and it's not going to just stop or not accompany us everywhere we go. And so on board the spaceship, we did a program with schools all across Canada called the Coalition for Music Education. They have a program on, they had this thought, on the first, every school has a spring music pageant where, they issue the kids recorders in September and they torture their parents all year, squeaking and squawking on the little cheapo recorders. But finally they got enough of an act together by May that they can put on a pageant and the parents come into the gymnasium and watch their children perform. It's nice. It's an important part of learning to present yourself in public. But the folks at this coalition thought, wouldn't it be nice using technology if we could join different schools together? And what if they could all do the same song at the same time? That would be cool. It'd be nice. Just turn all those little pockets into one shared musical event. And so they started doing it on the first Monday in May. They call it Music Monday. And they invite a famous Canadian to write a song that all the kids can learn. And so they asked me, and I talked to Ed Robertson of the Bare Naked Ladies. The two of us wrote a song together called Is Somebody Singing? And we practiced it. I got to orbit. We did a version with Ed down here in Toronto with the students from Wexford, the Wexford Gleeks, and me up on orbit. We did a nice version. We sent it to schools. Anybody in the country that wanted to participate could. And on the first Monday in May, with me up on the space station a couple years ago, with me playing a guitar just like that one, I sang that song live with 700,000 Canadian kids simultaneously. 700,000 kids, just like that little girl, seeing themselves as a part of something. I pictured those kids going home that night and sitting at their dining room table and their mums and dads saying, "So, what'd you do in school today?" And they're like, "Oh, I sang a song with 700,000 other Canadian kids, and Chris Hadfield, he's up on the space station. He's a musician just like me." And, and that unconscious acceptance of opportunity, to me, is really important. And music is a wonderful way for people to realize that you are not the best singer in the world. Even if you are the best singer in the world, wait 10 minutes and somebody else, and you're not the worst singer in the world. That's my dad. Kidding. You're not the worst singer in the world. You're just a singer. You're just like everybody else. So just sing and be part of this thing and recognize that that's just another person up there doing something that if you choose to address yourself and change who you are, you can be part of that also. So yeah, music has always been important to me. And it was, I think, a really important part of sharing the spaceflight experience.